And we are live. A cracking game in store tonight, guys. Sligo Rovers playing host to St. Patrick's Athletic. It is third place playing host to second place. I'm looking forward to tonight's game. I'm going to be alone for the match tonight, but we're going to be back on at 8 o'clock this evening for Cautiously Optimistic. All the lads will be on at 8 o'clock later on. How are we all doing? If you enjoy the stream, make sure to drop a like on it. If you can hit 50 likes in the stream, that would be unbelievable. And do subscribe if you haven't done so already. It is greatly appreciated. We're hoping that we can hit 5k before the end of the year. It's a huge goal, but with your support, we hope that it can be done. How are you all doing tonight? Really, really good game in store. I'm seeing Lenny. He's not very impressed, and I don't blame him, to be honest. Bows throwing it away at the death, and I thought it's going to be a great result from going to Drogheda. It's not an easy place to go at all. Very, very good side, Drogheda, in their own right, but the Bows goal was fantastic as well. Dawson Devoy, lovely turn, and found the ball in behind to Liam Burt, who put it away excellently. And I thought Bows would hold out for the win, but at the very end, it just didn't go their way, and it's poor enough defending, to be honest. Poor enough defender from the corner. John O'Neill's here. How are you doing, John? Ush is here. How we doing? Late again. Ross has to go. Thoughts on Drogheda? How are things, Jake? Yeah, Drogheda will definitely be happy enough with the point, all things considered. They probably would have taken a point before the game, you feel. They probably I kind of fancy Drogheda's chances tonight, though. I did this afternoon. I thought they would have. I think I went for a bet in terms of my prediction, but went for a draw in terms of my prediction. But I had a sneaky feeling Drogheda were going to beat them today. Just in terms of Bow has been so poor as of late. But yeah, I think Drogheda won't be too displeased with the draw. 3 things you can know for certain will happen in life: death, tax, TV, being late with lives. Too right. What are we thinking tonight, guys, in terms of score prediction for this Sligo Rovers St. Patrick's Athletic game? I'm excited for it, to be honest. I went for a draw on this one in my prediction as well. We're about to get started here. I'll actually get the starting lineups up on screen now. The home side have gone with Ed McGinty in goal, Horgan right back, Mahon and Buckley centre half, and Robbie McCourt left back. Then they've gone with Bolger, who's going to hold and sit in front of a kind of quite an attacking lineup in terms of Jordan Gibson, Walter Figuera, Mark Byrne, Noel Morahan, and Romeo Parks. No, Johnny Kenny is interesting. I thought they might have gone with Johnny Kenny, all things considered. He's been in fine form as of late. Scored again on Friday, I believe. But you kind of want to monitor his minutes as well. And Mark Byrne, I think that's his first start, I believe. So he'll be raring to go. Be interested to see how he gets on. In terms of Pat's starting lineup, I think it's a 5 at the back they've gone with. They've gone with Jaros in goal. They've gone with John Mountney at right wing back, Barrett, Desmond and Bone as the back 3, Ian Birmingham left wing back. Then it's a midfield kind of pairing of Forrester, whose goal on Friday was unbelievable. That's probably a goal of the season, isn't it? It's a contender already for sure. Him and Jamie Lennon, who's been really, really good this season so far. Such a consistent performer, and goes about his business so well. And he's one of those that kind of goes under the radar, but he's such a talented player. Jamie Lennon just keeps things ticking over in the midfield for Pats. Then Matty Smith, Billy King, and Ronan Coughlin, the front 3, who look really, really good so far this season. So I'll be interested to see how they do today. But yeah, the 2 sides are in. Get your predictions in the comments below, and I'll have a look at them. Lenny, I support Cork City. I have it much worse. He's right there, in fairness. Lenny has you there, in fairness now. Lenny says people go on about Andre Wright and Danny Grant being big losses for Bows. But for me, Dan Casey was a huge loss. Absolutely, yeah. I kind of agree with that as well, in terms of it hasn't looked as secure at the back, anywhere near secure at the back since he's gone. Massive loss. It's an early chance here for Sligo with a free kick to be swung in. It's a poor ball. It doesn't beat the first man and it's headed clear. A lot of people going for 1-1s in terms of predictions. I think that's exactly what I went with as well. I think 1-1 is probably the most likely for this game, to be honest with you. 2-0 Sligo. Interesting shout. Any Dundalk or Longford fans or anyone watching that give updates? Yeah, I'll try and keep. I've live score turned on for that, so I'll keep updates. I think I might have just missed a quick chance for Sligo there. I'm going to keep updates on the Dundalk Longford game as well, because that's happening. That's kicked off at the same time. Make sure I have the notifications on for that. It's a goal kick for St. Pat's. Yeah, perfect. And then the game this evening is Derry City and Finn Harps, who play at 7:45. They're on it, and that could be a good game as well. I think someone said something about that game up here, did they? No, maybe not. Dawson Devoy is the LOI Phil Foden, one of the best young players in the league. Yeah, he's definitely one of the best young players in the league. He's in the Ireland under 21 setup as well. He loved that. The piece of skill was unbelievable, and the pass was just exquisite. So beautiful. It was really, really nice from Dawson Devoy. Really, really talented player. And I don't think, was he starting for Bohs? I think he'd been in and out of the side a little bit. I think he needs to be starting every game for Bohs. He's such a talented player. Will there be a watch along? Is this for which game is this for now? Might be for the match later on. We're going to be doing our normal live show at 8:00, which is called Optimistic. So we'll be keeping an eye. I think the game starts at 7:45, so we'll be keeping an eye on the Finn Harps Derry match during the watch along. But it will be during the live show later on. Is Johnny Kenny on the bench? I think so. Should be. Yeah, he is number 24 on the bench there, Johnny Kenny. He is on the bench. So yeah, he definitely, if Sligo are looking for a goal, he'll definitely be one that Liam Buckley might look to. Such a good young player, isn't he, Johnny Kenny? I think that's his 2 goals he has so far this season. Really, really talented boy. 2-0 Pat, someone says. Johnny Kenny is on the bench. I had to switch to live chat to see all the comments. Yeah. I think if you have live chat turned on, they come in. They all come in. That turn from Devoid today, my God, I know. Ush. Something else, isn't he? Talented footballer, really talented footballer. But yeah, you'd imagine that he's going to be in Keith alongside in the starting lineup moving forward. You'd imagine. Interesting narrative here is when Ronan Coughlin obviously playing against Sligo and Jordan Gibson playing against Pats. Obviously, they were with the opposite sides last season, so it's interesting to see how they get on. I was quite surprised to see Ronan Coughlin make that move to Pats, to be honest, but it's looked like a brilliant decision now, doesn't it? Really, to be fair, they're the only team that's been able to keep pace with Shamrock Rovers, really. Of course, Sligo have been good as well, but I think apart from that blip against Derry, wasn't it? They lost 1-0. Apart from that, they've been excellent. Yeah, they're not too far behind, but there still is a bit of a gap there. Longford Town take the lead against Dundalk. Wow. Longford Town have taken the lead against Dundalk. That is huge. I haven't got the goal scorer just yet, but that is massive. Longford Town take the lead against Dundalk at Bishopsgate. Dylan Grimes. Strangely, Dundalk tweeted out with exclamation marks after, as if they're supposed to be happy about that. Big shock there. It's very early in the game, only 6-7 minutes in, but Longford do lead against Dundalk, and that Dundalk are so weird, aren't they? Such a good side, but they don't even have a manager yet, don't they? Not and stuff. They need to get it all sorted out ASAP. Nearly snapped my laptop in half and Drog scored same old shot. Yeah, it's a disappointing one. It's a big blow. I felt like it could have been a turning point today. I kind of said it after the win at Dundalk at Oriel. I thought that was going to be Bows' turning point, and then they backed it up with a win against Waterford, I think, didn't they? And I felt like that was the start, and then it's kind of gone backwards again. So it's yeah, it felt like today was another opportunity just to kind of kickstart the season a little bit. And now we're a quarter of the way through the season, and Bows are 8th or something like it. Yeah. Not great, to be honest. Big chance. Ian Birmingham, I think, headed it at goal. Handy enough save it in the end. Grimes scored. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I thought he would stay considering down here. Yeah, exactly. Ush, that's what I was thinking as well. I thought it was a weird move. Maybe Sligo knew they had some players in that position and kind of were not happy enough to let him go. Obviously, he's a top player, but they knew Parks was coming back. They knew they had the option of Figueroa coming in, Johnny Kenny coming through the ranks. Maybe they weren't going to stand in the way of Ronan Coughlin leaving the club, knowing that they do have brilliant players that can play in that position as well. Dundalk are so inconsistent, yeah, incredibly inconsistent. And the only thing about great ball from Jamie Lennon to Ronan Coughlin. It's saved. Big chance for St. Pat's. Ronan Coughlin is great. I think it was Jamie Lennon who fed it through to him, and Ronan Coughlin got in on goal, in behind the back four, and it's a big chance. Ed McGinty scrambled to save. He got on it in the end, but big chance for St. Pat's. Ronan Coughlin, 7 minutes in, big opportunity there. Cautiously optimistic for tonight. It'll be Sky Sports Saturday. Soccer will be Chris Kamara, Tyg Souness for Hayden Metrics. Ross Jeff Griff will be mad at this year. I thought when they beat Dundalk that yeah, exactly. I was thinking the exact same. Thought that would be for Bows. I thought that would be the thing that got them going really. But yeah, if you are enjoying the stream, please do drop a like on it. We're looking to hit 50 likes. Big ask, but if you can hit 50 likes on the stream, be greatly appreciated. If you can subscribe as well, that would be fantastic. That would mean the world. But it's still 0-0 here. Pats have possession. I think it's Ronan Coughlin looking for the ball, back, kind of recycling possession. Jamie Lennon and Forrester, you get going back to that goal. Unbelievable finish, wasn't it? Against Longford. Such a good strike. Apparently for the Longford goal, it's dreadful goalkeeping from Peter Cherry. Went straight through his hands. And it's another goalkeeping error from Dundalk. Wow. Walter Figueroa lines it up. Yeah. Who did they gonna Bibby or Cherry, the pair of them having stinkers. Absolutely shocking. Carry on. If Longford can hold on to that, massive for them. Does anyone think Longford's going to stay up? I'm looking at the goal now. Ball into Dylan Grimes, and there's literally so many players. But oh wow, that's shocking. Have a look. It's up on the Airtricity League's Twitter page. It's terrible goalkeeping. It's such bad. The shot probably shouldn't come in. It should be closed down. But there's such a weak effort. It's a P roller, and Cherry lets it go in. Awful stuff. You can indeed. You can, of course. I want to hear it. Bows need a striker and a centre back. Georgie Kelly is so frustrating to watch at times. Can hold the ball up well, but when it comes to shooting and running in on goal, he's effing brutal. How many goals has he scored that haven't been penalties? Is it 1? I think he scored 3 goals. 2 of them have been penalties. Jordan Gibson goes in, and it's a good tackle from Lennon. Yeah, I think that's all he scored, and I think most of them has been penalties for Georgie Kelly. But yeah, a lot of question marks around him. Keith Long is a big believer in his abilities, and maybe just needs a bit more time to get going. But yeah, I think the Dan Casey thing that you were saying before, Danny, is the big one. I think times like this for Dundalk, you miss Rodgers and Gartland. Absolutely, yeah. They're such integral players. It's on and off the pitch, like in the dressing room and everything. Like just even psychologically knowing Rodgers is behind you, such a solid goalkeeper. It's such a big thing psychologically for defenders, isn't it? Really, even at the level I play at, like Sunday League, like if you know you have a good goalkeeper behind you, it makes all the difference. Like it really does. Counter attack for Sligo, for St. Pat's. I keep thinking Coughlin is playing for Sligo. So it's just embedded in my brain. This one could be a draw. I think this one will be a draw, to be honest. Penalty, yeah, 1 against Longford. He scored, and penalties against Derry and Dundalk. Yeah, thought as much. When a goal scored, that would go missing our memes video. Make sure, John, if you haven't checked out our LOI memes videos, make sure to go check them out, because it's jokes like that we absolutely live for. That's brilliant. I like that one. Brilliant. Chris Forrester on the ball for Pat's looking in behind towards Ronan Coughlin. He's going to put him under pressure, and it's into the arms of Ed McGinty. And it could be a moment of magic from the likes of a Forrester that could make the difference here, you feel. Longford Town taking the lead so early is just one of those where you feel like, it's like, remember they took the lead against Shamrock Rovers. It's one of those where you feel it's inevitable that Dundalk will score and come back and win the game, basically. Longford Town, if they win this, they move up to 9th place with 8 points from their opening 9. Waterford with 6 points from their opening 9. Let me know what you think about Waterford at the moment. They're in absolute bits. 3 or 4 subs at a time. They're only putting on the bench, and apparently we're going to touch on it. We're going to talk about it later on our live show at 8 o'clock with the lads. But what's the manager's name again? Kevin Sheedy says it's a protest against the standard of officiating in the league. Like, what is he actually on about? Like, such a strange scenario. And this young under 19 players bursting their bollocks and training every week and to play games, and they're just being left out for 3 or 4 subs. Like, it's really, really strange. And Waterford are in big trouble. I think Soccer was at the Waterford game against Pats at Richmond Park there a few weeks ago, and he was saying that the players, when they're talking to each other, it isn't constructive. They're all like giving out to each other. Like, it doesn't seem like a nice environment at all. And it's just a mess on and off the pitch. And I remember we were talking about it before, like, their team could have been so good. Like, you look at Tyreek Wilson, Sam Bone, Matty Smith were all there last season, Michael O'Connor and stuff like that. Like, they had the makings of a really, really good side. They finished 5th, I think, in the end, and went down to the last 8. They could have got into Europe. So yeah, it's a big shame that they did lose all those players, because they looked like they were building something, to be honest. I have to try to make it on the memes often. Figueroa's a baller. He's a good player. Yeah, I think he needs to. There's no way that Longford have taken a 2-goal lead. Longford are 2-0 up against Dundalk. Oh my God. Live score still has Filippo Giovignoli down as the manager of Dundalk, that's gas. But oh my word, Longford are 2-0 up against Dundalk. This is insane. If they can beat Dundalk need to get sorted, don't they? Jesus Christ. Rob Manley beats Cherry to a cross and lashes the ball home. Yeah, it's really strange. Dundalk are putting like 2 exclamation marks after when saying that Longford have scored, and people are like asking why they're so enthusiastic. It's really strange. Really, really weird. But Longford are 2-0 up against Dundalk. This is crazy. Manley wins a 50-50 ball with Cherry again. Oh. Goes, but thankfully for the Dundalk keeper, the ricochet off and goes over the end line. I don't know what that means, but Longford have taken a 2-0 lead. Rob Manley, is that his first goal of the season for Longford? I think it might be. Big goal though, and that would be a massive result if Longford Town can hold on to that. And Dundalk, Dardal, what a man! Absolutely, what a man is right. Who scored the second? It was Rob Manley. The ref in the Drogsbows game was just there because he wanted to make it a straight and cards were flying. I saw that actually. There's heaps of them trying out in the first half, wasn't there? I think Gary Deegan was lucky not to be sent off though. If I saw something about that. Just has to be the cherry on the cake. I know sports can be like politics, all too easy to say something that upsets somebody. Absolutely, people are very protective over their clubs, aren't they? Really, in fairness, that's just the nature of the game, I suppose. My laptop sounds like it's going to take off here. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I don't know if you can, but might be a little bit in the background. Pat's line up with the 5 at the back is interesting. Obviously, looking to just stifle Sligo's game. The Sligo obviously have quite an attacking side out, so it's an interesting matchup. Does anyone think Pats can keep pace for pace with Rovers this season? It's going to be interesting. Tough ask. I think Rovers' strength and depth and just the squad they have is just going to be too strong, I think, in the end. Dundalk fans want to do a united protest on the... We saw like a small example of that at the game against Who was it against? Was it Bo? No, it wasn't Bowes. I can't remember who it was against, but they had the thing up to get rid of Giovignoli and to say we're being ran like a circus and stuff like that. So we've seen it trickle in a little bit, and you wouldn't be surprised. A lot of the off-field stuff there is a shambles, to be honest with you, and Dundalk fans won't be happy. And I think it's not an example to set from United fans, but I think people might need to start taking action against that bad owners of their football clubs, really, to be fair. I respect that passion by fans, absolutely, 100%. Dundalk fans breaking the door, he'll be funny. Bohemians throwing away another 2 points, fuming off, stop. Absolutely shocking from them to take the lead through such a good goal as well. Dawson Devoy, fantastic turn and pass to find Liam Burt, and then it's just poor defending from the corner. It's really, really bad defending, and they'll be good at I'd say Keith Long. Oh, it's a big chance. Romeo Park slips in the ball in the box. Big chance for Sligo to open the lead here. Greg Bolger threaded through to him, and he just tripped over the ball. But Keith Long would be absolutely fuming with that result, because there's 3 points in the bag, and they just threw it away. It was poor. I can't remember who scored for draw off the top of my head, but I think it's very free in the box, and it was poor defending. Because remember, Bowes against Dundalk, they defended really well for the last 20 minutes or so when Dundalk were piling on the pressure, and they used to being in those positions. But as Lenny was mentioning earlier, like the Dan Casey departure has been huge, and you can really, really see the difference. I think Shamrock can't control everything this year, so Pats should win something. Pats will fancy their chances in the cup, for sure. They'll fancy the chances in the cup 100%. And if I think they'll definitely be in the top three coming down the season, St. Pat's, but I think Shamrock Rovers are just too strong. I think Pats will probably have a little bit of a dip at some stage. They're actually playing each other this Friday, I believe. Oh, have Dundalk got one back? Junior scored, apparently. I haven't got the notification for that just yet. Yes, I believe he has. Yeah, Junior scored to make it 2-1. So that's going to be interesting. Longford just need to get into half time and just get through the next 10 minutes or so, and just grind it out. It's going to be tough though. Dundalk's team is much stronger, in fairness. Do you think Keith Long could be sacked? No way, Lenny. Bowes couldn't. I don't think Bowes could even afford to sack him, to be honest. Even if they wanted to, and I don't think I think even if Bowes finished 6th, 7th this season, they'd still be silly getting rid of Keith Long. I think he's up there, one of the best managers in the league, and he's been consistently losing his players year in, year out. Is there any Bowes fans seriously saying that with a straight face? I wouldn't take notice of any of them if they are, to be honest, because that's silly. It wasn't too long ago that we were doing fan reactions of fans saying that be delighted if Bowes stay up the season, great achievement and all this kind of stuff. And he's brought them so far in such a short amount of time. And now, it's such a tricky one. Are they supposed to be an established team challenging for the title now? I don't know. It's unrealistic, isn't it? And look they lost Mandrew, they lost Danny Grant, they lost Chris Twardick, Andre Wright. You can't just replace these players overnight. That quality in this league. Just making sure this goal's gone through. Yeah, they've got one back. Junior Ogedi with the goal from a corner. Apparently Dundalk look a little bit suspect at the back, so they're there to be got at, you feel, and just keep taking shots. Cherry won't be full of confidence, so just keep having shots. No huge chances in this one. The opening 20 minutes, nothing major has really happened. Both sides kind of feeling their way into it, and you wouldn't. Yeah, like a long ball forward there, just into the arms of Jaros, and you wouldn't be surprised to see this one kind of staying 0-0 for a long period of time, to be honest. If it got a goal before half time, you could see it kick into life a bit. But I think for the main part, this game is going to be not a dud, but I think both sides would probably take a point. If you offered it to them before the game, I don't think either side would turn their nose up at a point in this one. Obviously, Pats might be want to keep the pace with Rovers, but Rovers only came to the showgrounds and got a draw as well. And they're obviously playing each other later on in the week, and there's plenty of time left in the season. So I think a point here, I don't think either side would turn their nose up at it. Varacek and Junior's goal, that's slow confirmation. Are the managers more like sacrificial lambs when sacked as opposed to deserving it? Probably a combination of the two. It's falling out to Lennon off the line. Back in. Bit of a scramble in the box. It's cleared. I think it's Sam Bone on the right-hand side. Not the player you want to be shown. It's a great ball, actually. It's a great ball from Sam Bone, as I'm saying that. I'm not quite sure who's on it at the back post. But St. Pat's trying to work something here, and Sligo have got bodies back. And they've been able to win the ball back and win a throw-in for himself, Sligo. Are the managers more like sacrificial lambs when sacked as opposed to deserving it? I don't know. I think it's probably a combination of the two. It depends on the situation, obviously. I think if Keith Long were to be sacked, that would be a serious sacrificial lamb and very, very undeserved, in fairness. But there's some scenarios where it's maybe just a matter of time before a manager goes. I think a lot of Wexford, the first division, as I was looking at, has anyone seen the travelling pundits, I think it's called? The lads that are vlogging the Wexford games, it's gas. But they're getting mad views. They're getting like 5,000 views per video, and even more, I think. And but they were. I saw a thing today that they wrote a letter to the club asking for the manager to be sacked. I think they have 0 points when they're opening 6 games. So yeah, I think maybe a situation like that maybe is where a manager could be sacked deservingly. But I think for Keith Long, it's silly. It's silly talk. And easier to say. Exactly. That's a very, very good point. Especially at any level, to be honest, it's easier to do that. That's what I see in American sports. The manager takes the heat. Absolutely, it's the same in football. Really, to be fair, it is the same in football. I think they're called the traveling pundits. I think that's the name. I thought it was traveling punters, but it's traveling pundits. I think. Look them up if when the stream's over. You look them up, check them out. I think they've only got a couple. They've only started doing it this season. But I don't know how they're getting thousands of views doing Wexford vlogs. To be honest with you, fair play to them. Not absolutely, but Wexford, Jesus Christ, the Wexford manager has to go. 25 minutes in here at the showgrounds, 0-0. Both sides is not much of note has happened, to be fair. No huge chances, a couple of half chances here and there, and a couple of opportunities in and around the box, but not an awful lot for either side to really write home about. Robbie McCourt on the ball here, lobbing it up towards Romeo Parks. Falls to Greg Bolger in the middle of the park, who finds not many options for Greg Bolger here. It's worked its way out, a little bit of luck. Worked its way out to, it's a dreadful cross from, I think it's Horgan, the right full, and it's out for a goal kick. Really, really poor ball in there, in fairness. If you are enjoying the stream, guys, please do drop a like on it. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you can subscribe, it is greatly, greatly appreciated as well. I presume, I'd like to think everyone watching is subscribed, but hopefully you can try and hit. I think we're on 2,590 at the moment. If you can try and get 10 subscribers by the end of this, if we can get to 2,600, that would be unreal. 10 away from our target. That'd be fantastic. Hopefully, you might be able to get like a subscriber count up on screen or something at some stage. Might work. Look to do that maybe. Come on, Sligo, says Maradona. 10. Yeah, for Shamrock Rovers cast as his profile picture. It would be an ideal result. Yeah, probably. Sligo probably won't be as threatening to Rovers. I think Rovers are grand, though, to be honest, for the title this season. It's not looking like there's going to be too many Pats. I think this will fall away eventually. I know they're looking very good at the moment, but I think they're 1 or 2 injuries away from maybe capitulating a little bit. Because the strength and depth there maybe isn't as strong as Shamrock Rovers. Look at Gaffney and Green and all. If Coughlin got injured at Pats, you'd be really worried. I wonder if Pats fans will take Jordan Gibson back. I know they were kind of he didn't really show what he was all about at Pats. But Sligo, he's been brilliant so far. I think it was the goal at Waterford, wasn't it? Jordan Gibson scored, and it was unbelievable. Such a good strike. Be interesting to see if he can do it. It looks like he's playing through the middle today. I think he's usually off to the right, isn't he? He looks like he's playing more centrally, and Figueroa maybe off to the left. There's a chance here for Pats. Potentially. No. Still 2-1 at Bishopsgate. Longford lead. Dundalk by 2-1 still. 28 played there. $5.7K views there, lads. Got fair play. That's the Wexford lads, isn't it? Yeah, mad views, like unreal views. In fairness, and fair play to them. Check them out if you haven't already. Chance for Pats. It's the crossbar. Big chance for St. Pat's, and it's turned over. I'm not sure if Ed McGinty got a touch. No, I don't think he did. I think it hit the crossbar and went over. It's a big opportunity for St. Pat's to take the lead. Header against the crossbar. Ever watch doc films about football players? The one with Maradona. What a story! Oh, Maradona's story is crazy, isn't it? Ronaldo. I think I've seen the Ronaldo one ages ago as well, which is brilliant as well. But Maradona one is nuts. Some of the lives they have, especially back in the day, insane. His goal against Waterford was in off the post. Yeah, a really good goal from Jordan Gibson. I think he's a right-footed player, and he came in onto his left. Bit of trickery, came onto his left and bent it into the top corner. Unbelievable finish. Sligo haven't really done much in the last 10, 15. The Pats will probably be a little bit happier with the first half. Anyone get up to much over the weekend? Bank holiday weekend? Anyone get up to much? I didn't get up to much myself then, to be honest. Nice to have this on the Monday to binge watch though, isn't it? The game later on as well. Derry Finn Harps could be a cracking game as well. Ush, how are you feeling for that? Derry Finn Harps? What are you thinking? I think Finn Harps pretty fancy their chances in fairness, but I think Derry. I think I went with a narrow Derry win. I think they might just be finding their form a little bit with the new manager. The new manager bounce having a big impact there. Rory Higgins coming in. It's I think it's 2 wins from 2 he has so far. Big impact. The ball is deep in the St. Pat's half. It's as a throw in. They're looking to kind of get it out, and I think they've won a free kick. City failed to give away from Sligo there, to be honest. Was in the studio all weekend. Got a new track finished. Happy days. Unreal Lush. When's that coming? Do you have a release date for that kind of thing, or it's kind of wait and see how it plays out over the next while? Can't wait to hear it though. Bit of a summer banger, is it? Derry have turned it around big time under the new management. Rory Higgins doing bits there, in fairness. And I was thinking, like, Declan Devine was worth Stephen Kenny before. Could he just go into the FEI setup and start working there? Because I do really like Declan Devine. I have a lot of time for him, to be honest with you. He took his time out of his day to chat to us before the season started and stuff. And he's a really genuine fella, really nice guy. And I was hoping it would work out for him, because obviously last season was poor for Derry. I was thinking this season, hopefully they could turn it around a bit. I was disappointed to see how they started the campaign. I felt bad as well because their kind of marquee signing was Joe Hodge, and he's been injured all season. So I think he would have been integral to the way that Declan Devine wanted to play, and it's a blow. It's a blow, and hopefully he'll be. He's not a bad option if a team is to lose a manager at some stage in the season. He's a very good option to have. Whether you take it or not remains to be seen. I'm not sure what his next step is, but he's a fantastic manager, I think, to be honest with you. Just unfortunate that it didn't work out for him. Yeah, it will be tight. I'll take a draw for sure. Yeah, a draw will be a very good result for Finn Harps. I think it's Matty Smith here. Finds Ronan Coughlin. Back to Matty Smith. looking to work a chance back to Ronan Coughlin, and he's recycled it out to, I think it's Mountney. Ronan Coughlin's so integral to the way they play. He's always on the ball, but they've lost it sloppily enough, but he's always on the ball. Coughlin. Will to Figueroa looking to open his legs a bit, but runs it out of play. A draw will be a good result for Finn Harps, in fairness. Very, very good result. Finn Harps got their free 3 points in 80 minutes next Saturday. They already won it against both the seasons. Well, of course, 1-0. Was it 1-0 Saturday season? Adam Foley. I saw Ronaldo play over in New Jersey in around 2015. Ireland versus Portugal friendly. The man is full of fire in a friendly. Yeah, unbelievable footballer. And it was his first game. A fun fact was his first game for Real Madrid was against Shamrock Rovers in the Tallaght Stadium. What a way to make your debut. So funny, like. Such a mad fact. Manager bounce only lasts a few games, I hope. Yeah, 2 games. You'd imagine that. Well, I think because Derry side they've been underachieving, so like there is good players there. Like, it's just about getting the best out of them, and Finn Harps could easily get a point against them tonight, though. 100%. Now. We'll have another track been finished since February. Waiting on a date for that. It'll drop hopefully before July. Savage. Waiting on a date. Yeah, from the labels. Cut 4 AM. Amazing, mate. Definitely, everyone keep an eye out for that. That'd be class. Can't wait to listen to them. Summer tunes coming in. Hopefully, everyone can have a good summer. Not like fucking last year. So crap. Like hopefully we're on course to have a good summer this year. We'll see Barcelona game. Watch the Messi magic. Oh, stop! That's probably it's one of those things that you have a bucket list thing, isn't it? Really, I haven't seen him play myself, and we're running out of time. To be fair, it's one of those things that you always think you'll do at some stage, and it's running out of time. I'd say he only has maybe for Barcelona. He could be gone by the end of the season. He could be gone to I don't know, Man City, probably not, but maybe he'd be off to America or something. You'd imagine before long. I'd say maybe 1 or 2 more years at Barca before he looks to get a nice big payday, China or America or something. Session Finn Park when Harps get Europe. Oh, should be the DJ. I'd say he'd be well up for that now. In fairness to him, fair play. That'd be gas. That would be brilliant now. Harps getting Europe would be something else. Imagine Harps on a European tour. That'd be gas. It'd be brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Be lovely to have some sort of a summer anyway. It's a dream. Do drop a like on the stream, guys, if you're enjoying it. If you can try and hit 50 likes, big ask, I know, but it's greatly appreciated. And if you can subscribe as well, we're looking to get to 2,600 subscribers by the end of this stream, and the big ultimate goal is 5k at the end of the year. Oh, jeez, the sound off top. Pat's about to score there. The ultimate dream for us is to hit 5k by the end of the year, which would be insane. And that's just what big target we set ourselves at the start of this year to go and do, and probably not on the trajectory to do it yet, but we hopefully have a few big things coming over the summer and stuff like that can help us boost our numbers a little bit and maybe get to that 5k mark. But we can't do it without your support. Anything that you can do to help us is drop a like, subscribe, and you can, if you want to do a super chat as well. It's just a small donation to the channel for just to give us a little bit of support as well. It's all greatly appreciated if you can do anything for the channel. All the support is massively appreciated now. But yeah, it's 36 minutes played here. Sligo Rovers 0, St. Pat's 0. And I believe Longford, who kicked off at the same time, Longford playing Dundalk, and Longford are in front there still, I believe. Yep. 37 minutes played. Longford Town 2, Dundalk 1 at Bishopsgate. And if they can get into half, I said it before, I think it was a bit dodgy when they conceded that goal there, but get into half time, just try and regroup a bit and see what happens. Let's try and stay together. There's going to be a lot of pain for Longford this season. A lot of difficult periods, but they just need to stick together and keep believing it in Dara Dole. I think he's a fantastic young manager. Keep believing, keep the faith. Messi's last game for Barca will be mad. 90,000. Oh, stop! Unless he's leaving on a sour note. I think if he had or if there's no fans in the crowd, of course. But if he's leaving in terms of like a retirement, yeah, you're dead right. Absolutely. Lenny, the resident, DJ for harps, bit like Bowes announcing the climb. It's the first. Where's Messi going next? Oh yeah, it'll probably be like a China. No, it wouldn't be China. I don't think I can see him going to China. I'll say he'll probably end up in Argentina. To be fair, say he'll end up in Argentina, and then before unless he goes, I don't know if he'll stay in Europe at all. Maybe in Man City. That's about the only place you could really see him go. PSG, not really. Like, but yeah, I think he'll probably finish his career out in Argentina. Good to see you back, John O'Neill of an Irish football page on Insta. If you want to follow it there, hopefully Ross is absolutely not. Ush, yeah, everyone go check out Irish Football Bible on Instagram. We follow it ourselves, and it's a great page to keep up to date with Irish football. And make sure to go check that out. Big shout out to Ush. Oh wow, John, you're far too kind. Thank you so much, John. Really, really appreciate that. Big up, John. Top man. That's so appreciated. Thank you so much. Legend. Absolute legend. Messi will sign for Ballymun United. Heard it here first. Bowes are looking for a striker. Wouldn't write it off. You never know. Never know. Would you take Messi over Georgie Kelly? Not too sure. Not too sure. Philip G. Maguire. Actually, it's not talking about global football and the White Football Channel. It's a live stream. Anything goes, as they say. Anything goes, as they say. And there's not much to be talking about in this Sligo Pats game so far. It hasn't been a fantastic game, really, in fairness. But we're LOI channel, 100%. Cheers, Ush. I will check it out. I think I'm already following. Top man. Ush, shout out Ush, legend of the game. I think we've a link to Ush's Spotify in our description actually, and we have a link to the Finn Harps podcast in our description as well. Go check them out if whenever you get a chance after the stream. Some class stuff, and the Irish Football Bible as well on Instagram. And there's links to our socials, LY Fan TV socials, in the description as well. John, you're far too kind. You're far too kind. Really, really appreciate it. It's so generous. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Far too generous, honestly. Georgie Kelly is Messi's inspiration. Yeah, I don't know if will Georgie Kelly get in ahead of Messi? It's hard to know, like, isn't it? Hard to know. Get more of these meme reviews going, by the way. Gas crack there. Everyone go check out when the stream's done. But we'll hopefully film one this week, to be honest. That's something we'll look to do. We have a series of Irish football memes that we do, and you can actually send them to us. You can send them to us, and we'll feature them in the video. So yeah, make sure to do that. We do a video looking at all the worst Irish football memes we could find. Jordan Gibson with a shot. Just over. Legend, absolute top man, John. Paddy Griffin is in the chat. Big up. Chris Forrester is the best player in the league. On his day, not too many people that will argue with that, I don't think. Especially with the likes of Jack Byrne gone. Especially on current form. Not too many people that will argue with that, Paddy, in fairness. What's up, Jack? How are things? Hope you're well. Most welcome. Legend. Absolute legend of the game. Hell no. I think it's better. You'd walk into Bowes' team, Nenny, in fairness now. You'd walk into Bowes' team. Love the junior and senior meme. That's goat. That's goat tier. That's goat tier stuff, in fairness. Meme reaction videos just keep getting better and better. You could argue they're getting worse and worse, Ush, as well, to be honest. But appreciate that. Walter Figueroa with the ball on the left-hand side, looking to keep it in. Gets around Mountney. Figueroa looking for the ball to Parks. It's a poor touch on Parks, and I think Pats will be able to clear handy enough. What Irish team do you support? There's a variety of support on this channel. I'm a Shells man myself, but the other lads all support different teams as well. So we're all neutral on the channel, though, give or take. Place the bet on St. Patrick's. They got a chance. They're probably the bookies' favourites, you'd imagine, in terms of who's going to win this. And they've probably been slightly on top. They fit the crossbar in the first half. You imagine they will be the one that will be knocking on the door in the second half, but you just never know. Sligo are a good side as well. But have they got a chance? Absolutely. There's so much quality in their side. They could definitely find the breakthrough at some stage. Yeah, Forrester is talented. He's recovering his form this season. Great to see. Yeah, because even the first year he came back, he wasn't at his best. But yeah, you can't. There's nobody that can doubt his ability. I think when he was over at Peterborough, he was their captain at 24. When he was 24, and he was the captain of that side in the championship. Like he's a quality player. I think they went to Stamford Bridge and won a game actually in the cup, and he stood out in that game. Like there's no doubt in his ability. Like on his day, I think he went to Scotland for a while as well, and he was a good. He did well in there as well for a while. But yeah, come back, he was a little bit off the pace for the first year, maybe the first 2 years, but this season he's been next level. And you could see glimpses of it last season as well, and this year he's kind of carried it in. And yeah, there's no doubt in his ability. He's on his day. He's definitely one of the best players of the league for my money. I'm from North of the Border, Glentoran fan. Great to have you on the channel. Great to see you on the channel. Really appreciate you tuning into the live stream. Who do Socko and Tig support? Socko is, I think Socko's Shells as well, but who knows that fella? He's supposed to be buying a Finn Harps jersey if you don't know. So he needs to focus on doing that. Tig, I think Tig Shamrock Rovers, but he says he supports the players. He supports the football, supports Irish football, but I think he leans towards Shamrock Rovers probably. He might not like me saying that, to be honest, but it's funny. Do you have a favourite Dutch football team? Not really. Not particularly, to be honest with you. Ajax. It's kind of a standard one to go with, really, isn't it? Yeah, Feyenoord. Well, not really. I think Dutch football is very underrated, though, in terms of they always seem to create really, really good. They always seem to create really good players. Always there's constantly good players coming from Holland. Just look at that Ajax team. They got to the semi-finals. They lost to Spurs, wasn't it? Some of the players in that side were phenomenal. Yeah, the Dutch league is fantastic. Even whenever you're playing FIFA, like Football Manager or something, there's always all the gems in the Dutch league as well. Just some experience. Unpopular opinion. Half time, by the way, no added time at the showgrounds, and fairly not boring, but nothing special in that first half between Sligo Rovers and St. Pat's. I'd say Shamrock Rovers there. Sligo Rovers and St. Pat's. Both sides. I'd say both sides probably happy enough just to go 0-0 at half time, just to see it through. Yeah, I think both sides be happy enough and just look for that breakthrough in the second half. Biggest chance of the half is probably St. Pat's, who went closest when they hit the crossbars, like a free kick and a header against the they headed against the crossbar. But apart from that, a couple of half chances maybe, not an awful lot. Lenny, unpopular opinion. Both Danny Mandrew is better than any other LOI player of the last decade. No. Jack Byrne, surely. Jack Byrne is better than him. And it'd be interesting to hear people's thoughts. Is Danny Mandrew at Bowes better than Danny Mandrew currently at Shamrock Rovers? It's another interesting one. Big Keith Cowan, Finn Harps legend. He's playing with Glentoran now, isn't he? I think he's not the best player. He was good player with Finn Harps, wasn't he? I think he was the captain of Finn Harps, wasn't he, as well? As a neutral fan, Shamrock will win the league again. I think it's only really St. Pat's that can hold the torch to them really at the moment, and I don't think they'll be able to keep pace with them for the whole season, being perfectly honest. I'm going to go for 2 minutes. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Hope that's all right. Make sure to stay here because it won't be long. I'll be back in 2 minutes. And I am back. How are we all doing? If you are enjoying the stream, guys, if you're just after joining us, it is Sligo Rovers 0, and it is St. Pat's 0, of course, as well. 0 all at half time in the game we're watching. In the other game, though, huge. Longford are 2-1 up against Dundalk. 2-1 up against Dundalk. Longford, fair play to them. Hopefully, I'm actually kind of hoping that they do hold on to it just to kind of shake things up a bit, because it'd be unreal if they can hold on to that. It'd be fantastic to see. And I am rooting for Longford a little bit this season. They're kind of the underdogs, aren't they? So it'd be nice to see them do well. And if you're just after joining us or still here and you haven't liked the video or liked the stream, should I say, please do so. It is greatly appreciated if you can. If you can hit 50 likes on it, that would be fantastic. It just shows me that you want us to keep these kind of watch-alongs coming, and we'll keep bringing them as much as we can. I'll check how much we're on. I'm on 21 at the moment. If you can get that up a little bit, it will be fantastic. And if you can, subscribe if you haven't done that before. It is fantastic. We're on 2,590 subscribers at the moment. Want to try and get that up towards the 5k mark towards the end of the year. That's our ultimate goal. Big ask, but one that we can't get there without your support, and it's a big target, but we know we can do it, hopefully. We know we can do it, hopefully. But how are we all doing? I'm just trying to catch up with a few of the comments that came in over the break. Summer 2019, Danny Mandrew was unplayable. Was that when he scored the goal against Rovers, the left-footed pinger off the crossbar, probably? Do you all watch that ended, didn't it? The Soccer Republic? Yeah, people are kind of filming in a little bit. We were hoping that we might be able to get some highlights and do our own show, like our own analysis, the pundits that we are, like, you know what I mean? Do our own show on it. We're hoping. We're still maybe a work in progress. We're going to look towards see if the FEI can give us access to a highlight show. Because I think, would you guys like that if we were the ones doing it? We brought you highlights and did like our analysis, like a bit more of a kind of bit more crack maybe than kind of L fellas chatting about it. I think that will be definitely a market for it, I think. Our team at ball turned into a highlight show, which nobody really wanted, but we have Kosh Optimistic now, which is better and funnier. Love it, Dan. Appreciate it. Yeah, because the Soccer Public was on Monday nights, wasn't it? So, do you know what I mean? Kosh Optimistic is where it's at for all LOI content on your Monday evenings. Because RT are linked to Watch LOI, they didn't feel the need to supply a highlight show. Yeah, and they don't even show a highlight, and during matches, like, if you miss a goal, you miss a goal. It doesn't show a replay. Like, where are we? Trying to catch up with all these. What's your projected final score for this game? I went 1-1 before the game. I said 1-1. It could be 0-0. Do you know that? It could be. It has 0-0 written all over. To be honest, I think both sides wouldn't be. They'd probably shake hands on 0-0 right now if you offered it to them. To be honest, what do you call the guy doing this live video? Me. I don't know what that means. That's me there anyway. If you want to look me up on Twitter, Instagram, anything like that. Before highlight show, yeah, Kosh Optimistics where it's at. Bunch of friends doing a show on YouTube has much more fun. So I agree. Obviously, I'm going to agree when it's doing me, but I do think that's the future, 100%. Just in terms of people, it's getting more attracting more people to. I don't think people are going to tune into kind of alpha. There's no disrespect to anyone that would be doing it. Even getting like younger kind of players, maybe a Conan Byrne, that kind of type, more kind of in touch with social media and stuff. That kind of those kind of people to do some sort of a show, a highlight show. I think it is definitely the future. And they need to. It's ridiculous that there's no highlight show. Like, it's just get all the games wrapped up into a nice package and have some analysis on it or whatever. People seem to be agreeing. That's good. It's good to see. Hopefully we can try and sort something like that out. Be class. Any more memes, Ross? Hopefully try and film one. Hopefully trying to film one this week, I think. Yeah, I'll probably try and do this week. I haven't had one out in a little while now, so definitely try to do one this week. Because they do get really good engagement from you guys. You do seem to enjoy them. They're one of probably your most consistently liked, like, hits our like target most consistently. Yeah, do podcasts with actual League of Ireland players. We do have some videos with League of Ireland players up on the channel and managers as well. I think there's a playlist you can find on the channel. You can find playlists, and there's loads of videos up with different managers, different players before the season started. We've talked to players previously as well, and we have a new series coming out soon. Don't want to cause any spoilers because it's going to be a trailer. We're going to do have like a trailer and stuff coming out for it. Really, really excited though for it's to do with League of Ireland players and stuff like that. So really excited for you guys to see that. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. Just to see the exciting stuff we do have coming up. Who's the co-commentator? I'm actually not listening to the commentary, to be honest with you, just because I'm trying to focus on running this thing, and the commentary would definitely distract me from comments and stuff. But yeah, 0-0 at half time. Sligo Rovers 0, St. Patrick's Athletic 0. Not an awful lot between the sides in the first half. I think both sides will be relatively pleased going in at the break. I think Pats maybe had the better chances. I think they hit the crossbar with a chance, a header, and Sligo didn't have too much really to offer, to be honest. But if you can, drop a like on the stream, greatly appreciate it. Do subscribe, and there's a new feature where you can actually drop a super chat. It's a small donation to the channel. All support of any kind, even just a like and subscribing, guys. It does genuinely mean the world to us. Really does, and any support, it goes a long way. I love the community we're building up. We seem to get like on these watch alongs, you really kind of feel it. Everyone tuning in and stuff. Do you ever try get any Bows players to the club? You could have heard other people say stopped. Yeah, I don't. We have. I'll say we have tried to get Bows players on, and evidently there has been no video made with a Bows player. So take from that what you will, I suppose. We can't even we haven't even got into any Bows games this season, despite trying. We haven't heard anything back, despite emails and stuff. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. It's a little bit not great, to be honest, but take from, I don't know. Sure, look, what can you do? Jack was asking individual name first, I suppose. Oh, sorry, yeah. I presumed the same. Sad news, Ross, former Shells players, Anna Keeley, son of Dermot. Oh, really? Oh, God. That is awful. Is that just today? I hadn't seen that now. That's awful. That's awful news. That's awful now. Rest in peace to Alan Keeley. That's awful to hear. Winner, I presume that's the winner of this game. If I had to pick one, it'd probably go St. Pat's. But yeah, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight, to be honest. What's your thought on the All-Ireland League? All the Northerners down here are fully against it. Wow. Everyone, I think everyone, as far as I'm concerned, wants it. Not everybody, but most people want it to happen. I think we chatted about it on a live show before, and we were all kind of positive about it. If you look into it a little bit more, maybe it is. There is some. I think we're more looking at the pros and the cons. There is definitely cons to it. I mean, the European places is a big one. I think we get 4 European places in the League of Ireland, 1 for the Champions League and 3 for the Europa League. How many? Off the top of my head, I think it's 3 European places that Northern Irish sides get. You can feel free to correct me on that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it's 3 European places up for grabs in the Northern Irish League. And there's no, if it joined together, there's no way it's going to be 7 clubs getting European football. Not a hope. So that's definitely a con. I do think the league would be a lot more attractive though if the leagues join together. I think a lot of clubs, small clubs maybe like your Cabantilles and stuff, will definitely struggle. And I don't know. Yeah, it's tough to know. I think it was Conan Byrne said something like we need to focus on our own league before even thinking about the prospects of an All-Ireland league, because there's a lot we need to figure out. Ourselves, to be fair. Breaking there, it's awful news, Ush. Feels like our league is improving and the Irish teams are trying to get us involved now rather than improving their lesser teams. The second half has just kicked off, by the way. I think that's definitely a valid point. I think, Jack, to be fair, I think there definitely needs to be more focus from us on improving a lot of clubs around in the Republic of Ireland. Adam, that's incredibly generous. Happy banker. What a man. What a man. I love to see it. Adam Gaynor, what a man. Really, really appreciate it, Adam. Very, very generous, very kind. Thank you so much. Only 2 out of the Irish League disagreed. The rest were in favour. Is that the Northern Irish League? Yeah, I presume. We have chance. We have 4 European spots now because of Linfield and Coleraine recent success in Europe. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that's not. If the All Ireland League went ahead, there's no way there's going to be 8 European spots available. There's not a hope. It's not even 8. If like say if it's a 20-man league, there's not even 8 European spots available in England, is there? Maybe 7. We'd only have. We'd have 4, maybe 5 at a push. Like, there's definitely I think there's a long way, a lot of stuff to figure out before the All Ireland League goes ahead. Definitely, there's a lot to figure out. I think Bowes didn't like him mocking over climbing off. Imagine. I don't think he wasn't mocking them. So I think everyone on Twitter had a little bit of a laugh at, maybe at their expense, in fairness, but like it's a bit of banter. Like, it's a bit of banter, isn't it? No harm done. Like, Griff backed them up as well. It's not like we were all. It was two sides to the argument. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I don't know. It's a bit of a shame, I suppose. Sligo have the ball with Horgan in behind to figure out around the box. It's pulled across the face. Cleared from Pats. Decent chance for Sligo there. I've had a couple of chances like that, which is balls into the box and little opportunities like that, but nothing majorly clear cut just yet. Keeping an eye on the Longford Dundalk game as well. That second half has kicked off at Bishopsgate as well. Longford Town still lead Dundalk by 2-1. I'd love to see them hold on, to be honest, to be gas. Jordan Gibson. It's a big. Is that a penalty? I think it's a penalty given. Sligo Rovers have got a penalty. Jordan Gibson against his former club taken down in the box. It looked like a Stonewall penalty as well. I wasn't sure if it was inside or outside the box, but it is a penalty for Sligo Rovers. It's a clear-cut one as well. I thought the only reason I was a little bit skeptical about it was I thought it might be outside the box, but definitely a foul. There's a really good run from Jordan Gibson as well. Definitely, I think he's going to take it. Jordan Gibson against his former club going to take the penalty as well. But it's a huge opportunity for Sligo. A penalty for Sligo Rovers. Jordan Gibson steps up. Jordan Gibson slots it home. It's 1-0 to Sligo Rovers. Huge goal in this game. They have taken the lead. And it's against his former club. Jordan Gibson slots home. And he deservedly took it as well, because there's a brilliant run in the lead up. Jinking past players. And that could be just what this game needs, just to give it a bit of life, to be honest. It was a little bit... First half wasn't great. Yeah, that's exactly what this game needs, you feel. Jordan Gibson gives Sligo Rovers the lead. It's a big blow for St. Pat's, and it's going to be a real test of character for them to see how they react to this. Because they haven't been in this position too many times this season, to be fair. Against his former club, Jordan Gibson has opened the scoring for Sligo Rovers. St. Pat's get us back off again. I'm just going to check if there's any changes made at halftime, because I think I might have saw Johnny Kenny there. Maybe I'm imagining that. Oh, no changes at the break. I think that Linfield and us will get into top 5 in an All-Ireland League. Only Shamrock Rovers and Bowes are good teams from an outside point of view. Bowes this year are terrible. They've been doing terribly as well. I won't lie and say I've watched an awful lot of the Northern Irish League in recent times. I know Linfield are a good side. I think what was it? They got to the playoffs, wasn't it, of the Europa League? What was it, two years ago? And were unlucky as well, from what I remember. But yeah, I think Pats this season and Rovers this season, Rovers this season. Dundalk, maybe if they get a good manager in, they have the players there to turn it around. I think Dundalk played Linfield in that like the trophy or something like that, some name. And they beat Linfield comprehensively there. I think it was last year. But yeah, I think there is definitely a couple of really good sides up north. Missed a foul. Yeah, it was a Stonewall penalty, in fairness. I just wasn't sure if it was in or outside the box, because it looked kind of tight. Pats are going to bottle this, laugh my ass. Yeah. Well, not bottle it, but looks like they could be in a little bit of trouble. Is there VAR in the League of Ireland? Absolutely not. And thank the Lord there isn't. I hate VAR with a passion. Despise it. Absolutely despise it. Up the Rovers 1-0. Get in. Nathan is delighted. I was actually wondering about that. I was kind of looking at it. I was like, is he injured or something? He's holding his back. It's gas. I don't know what he was at. Yeah, people liking that one. No, fair is he did really well to get into the position, and then he to win the penalty and slotted it home expertly. In fairness, and the celebration to match as well. You like to see a little bit of character in the yellow white players, a little bit of their personality shining through, which is always good to see, I think. Dundalk beat Linfield 6-1 year. Yeah, I remember that. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, it was comprehensive enough. But I mean, Dundalk now are a shadow of what they were then, I think. Opinions. I'm not even going to fall for that, to be honest, because I'm not even going to read the name, because it definitely. Yeah, I'm reading it now in my head. I'm like, I can't be. So I was looking at that. I was like, what's that got to do with anything? Like, nearly got me though. I've seen too many videos of Robbie from AFTV reading out names like that and getting caught out. My best mate's cousin's baby, first grandson, told me that Keith Long has been sacked. Presume that's Troy Plenty. I'd imagine. I'd like to think. They gave him gave him a 4-year deal there. What was it last year? I doubt they could afford to. Sack him, to be honest with you. Derry have slapped Linfield countless times, and Derry beat Larne last season. I think Larne were one of the teams that were opposed to it. Maybe I'm wrong there. I can't remember, but one of the teams that you'd be worried about, maybe. Fair play, lad. Baited a few people. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. If it had been like I was thinking United. Why is he asking me about a youngster from United? If it had been a youngster from Shamrock Rovers or something, I might have just fell for it, to be honest. There's a few of them going around. I'm not sure if anyone's seen the Wolf Tones on TikTok, and your man is constantly getting baited with names. Like, it's feel terrible for the guy. Awful. But I do get an odd laugh, and he said himself that if people can get a laugh out of it, he does like that. So, fair play to him. Legend. Free kick for St. Pat's in the Sligo half, and I think it's Paddy Barrett looking to feed it through. Falls out to the right hand side with John Mountney to deliver. It's a poor ball in. Really bad ball from John Mountney, and it's a goal kick. Some teams have a financial advantage that shows in their results in the US. The big city teams make more money, and so a clear advantage. I think you have a huge financial advantage if you make it into Europe, John. That's the way it kind of works here. If you can get far in Europe, it sets you up. If you spend it the right way, it can set you up for the next decade, really. I think you get 3 million for making it into the Europa League group. It's 3 million for getting into the Europa League group stage, I think it was, and for every result you get in the group stage of Europe, you get mad money, even for draws. So yeah, I think if you get into Europe and spend it the right way, you can be flying, really, to be honest. That's the thing with Dundalk. I don't know what their ownership is like, to be honest. They've been acting up a little bit, to be honest. But I think the big thing for Dundalk is to upgrade their stadium, isn't it? Really, the stadium's bits like. But yeah, I think Shamrock Rovers have probably the richest owner in the country. I think he has shares in Celtic as well. I think something like that. And he's been able to kind of give them a competitive advantage in terms of the players they've been able to bring in, getting Graham Burke back permanently, players like that. Danny Mandrew, I know, so they lost Jack Byrne as well, but they've been able, I think Richie Taylor's coming back and stuff, like the players that they can get. Not many teams can really compete with that financially, to be honest. And Rovers look they could be set to dominate for the next couple of years. So funny. Oh, it's so funny. Like, it's so childish, but it's just excellent. Like, excellent humor. I love it. Like, so funny. Dan McDonald at the report there saying Bowes or something. I can't actually, I can't even get drawn into this stuff. Dan McDonald's the man. Don't fancy getting out of work early to head 6 hours down to Cork on a Friday night and having to get a hotel. Yeah, it's a concern as well. It's a genuine concern, I suppose, yeah. And think about Cork from their perspective. If they're playing a lot of Northern Irish teams on a weekly basis, nearly they're going to be doing that every week. Whereas maybe it's if you're playing Cork and Waterford, it's kind of like a one-off nearly throughout the year, and you only have to do it once a season, maybe as well. If there's 20 teams in the league, you have to play them away once, which maybe you can make an exception for, Jack. But listen, if it's Cork, they have to travel up north on the regular. If there's going to be 10 teams from up north in the league, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of issues surrounding that, and players as well. If they're working, like it's not if that's the aim is to obviously have a full-time league, like, but a lot of players have to work, like, because the money's just not in it. The money's just not there for them to make a living off. They have to have a career outside of football. I have a chance for Sligo here. My stream's acting up a little bit. Offside, Jordan Gibson. Bit of a scuffle with Jamie Lennon, looks like. Oh! Jamie Lennon having words. Referee might book him here, to be honest. He might be booking Jordan Gibson as well. Yeah, Jamie Lennon and Jordan Gibson have both been booked there. A little bit of a scuffle off the ball. The referee stamping it out quick. Watch any other sports? I'm quite a fan of UFC and boxing and stuff like that. But yeah, mainly football, to be fair. Ross, you should try again. I don't know if this is a funny name, is it? Fuck's sake, like. And if someone says something legitimately about a name now as well, I'll be suspect. Sligo playing well at the moment. Yeah, they've really grown into the second half. They've been night and day from what they were in the first, and Pats haven't got going at all in the second half. The first 15 minutes, second half. So Sligo will be delighted with their second half performance. Longford still lead Dundalk by 2-1 at Bishopsgate. 58 minutes played there. How do you feel about LOI going more international players instead of being a true League of Irish player? I always encourage kind of players coming from outside leagues and stuff, and it can be hit and miss with the players you can get. But I'd definitely be an advocate for them looking to bring players in, because it does make the standard better, 100%. The standard does improve when you can get players in. Like, look at some of the exports over the years. Like, you can get players like Joey Endo in the league, players like that. You remember them for years. Joey Endo's commentary as well. You wouldn't swap it for the world. Best commentator on Watch LOI. But yeah, I think the players you can bring in, international players. I think Dundalk have brought in a few, and some of them yet to get going. Maybe might see their quality in the future, but Latvian internationals, Faroese internationals, players like that. So yeah, I think it's always a good thing to see that outside. Oh, transfer Sligo. Yeah, see players from international countries coming into the league. Is Cork the furthest southern team in the League of Ireland? I believe so. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think it would be. Typical football teams having players from all over the world. Yeah, exactly. And the big teams have scouting networks in every country in the world, nearly. Not every country in the world, but a lot of them, like, place all over the place and stuff like that. So yeah, Ross from Lenny doesn't. I'm just gonna ignore you, Lenny, from now on, to be honest, fella. Oh, trying to get me in trouble, Lenny. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, please do drop a like on it if we can try. I'm just gonna check how many likes we're on at the moment. We are on 29 likes. Well, we're doing really, really well. If you can like the stream, if you haven't done so already, it is greatly, greatly appreciated. We're on 29 at the moment, it's just savage, and we want to try and keep working that up towards 50. So please do drop a like if you haven't done so already, and do subscribe. We are on the road to 5k by the end of the year. I know it's big. I know it's a big target, but listen, it's one we've set at the start of this year, and we want to try and take our stuff to the next level. So if you can subscribe, if you haven't done it, it means the world. Genuinely does. And also, there's an option where you can now drop a super chat in the comment section. You can drop a super chat now. You can do, I think you can do stickers and chats and everything, like various stuff. But all that it just goes towards making the channel better and working towards. We have a couple of projects coming up and stuff. So anything that is said and that is super chatted is goes towards that, and it is greatly appreciated. All your support really is. But the main thing is if you can drop a like and subscribe as well. Still 1-0 to Sligo. 61 minutes played in this one, and St. Pat's have a chance here. Rona Coughlin on the counter attack. I believe it's still 2-1 at Bishopsgate. We're going to be keeping an eye on the game there. Longford Town leading Dundalk in surprise result. 2-1 still. Dylan Grimes and Rob Manley got the opening 2 goals within the first 15 minutes there. Junior pulled one back on the 20-minute mark, but Longford have kept it tight since. Derry was in the Irish League and now want to come back because League of France too hard. She's a very good actor, actress, I presume. Typo. Goal kick for Sligo. Ed McGinty to take, of course. Ed McGinty, who, in my eyes, one of the best goalkeepers in the league. And someone maybe some Dundalk should look at, possibly, unless he goes to England. Walter Figueira, nice bit of skill to get around. John Mountney wins the corner for Sligo. Figueira is a very good footballer, isn't he? I know he didn't really work out from that well. Last season at Derry, but seems to turn it off for some reason. I think there's an injury for Pat. St. Patrick's Athletic tie. St. Patrick's Athletic win or tie. I'm assuming that's asking for like a betting tip or something, is it? They haven't looked good in the second half, to be honest, Daniel. St. Pat's haven't really got going at all. But you'd imagine they'll be throwing the kitchen sink at it to try and find an equaliser. I'd probably go 1-1. That was my bet. Oh, didn't mean to click on that. Don't know what his buzz is, to be honest. I'm not sure if that's giving me Doggers abuse, but sure, look. I think I predicted before the game 1-1. I'll stick by that just because I predicted beforehand. Will Waterford go down? I predicted at the start of the season they're going to come 10th, and I'm going to stand by that. I think they'll go straight down, to be honest with you. I think Longford will finish 9th. That's my prediction anyway. Will Cork City go down from the first division, though? That's the big question. They can't even get relegated from it, but they still might go down. That's how bad they've been. Only joking. They need to get the act together big time, though, don't they? Of course, Waterford will go down, says Jack. Doesn't look good for them, that's all I'll say. Doesn't look good. Corner for Sligo. Figueira, it looks like, to take. Going to be an in-swinger. Poor ball. It's flicked on. It's flicked on into the 6-yard box, so wasn't a great corner, but the flick on was decent. 25 minutes to play here. Pats need to maybe make a change or something, just to kind of, they haven't got going in the second half at all. Ronan Coughlin, nice turn. Just try and switch to play a bit. But it's been a sloppy ball. Jordan Gibson can get back on it for Sligo. He's been kind of running the show in the second half. It's a good ball out to the player on the left. Not quite sure who it is. It's a slip from a Sligo player, and it gives Pats an opportunity to break. I think it's Matty Smith. Trying to work something on the right hand side here. Winning throw in. Leave. That's not how I must describe it. I'm only joking. Which star footballer has made the best team choices for his career? It seems no one wants to stay in the same place all career. Look at, I suppose staying in the same place is a era that's gone in the past. I suppose you like to see your Gerrards and Lampards and stuff, but maybe Messi is probably the last big one. A lot of players are moving these days. It's just the money in it for agents and signing on fees and everything. Yeah, I think players kind of have to move for money. Not have to, but they want to. We got relegated from the Munster Senior League. The position were god awful. Yeah, Cork have been struggling, haven't they? Really, in fairness, they have been struggling this season. The chance, I think it's Matty Smith on the edge of the box. It's fallen to. Trying to find, it's a poor Pats have been pretty poor, to be honest, today, haven't they? John Neal, I would say Danny Mandrew. Is there any big clubs in the third tier of Irish football? There isn't really a third tier of Irish football. It's more the Leinster Senior League, the Munster Senior League, and there's no promotion from those leagues. It's like you have to apply for a League of Ireland license. So there's only the two divisions, and if you want to apply to get into the League of Ireland, then you can. It's like Treaty United weren't. This is their first season ever as a club. Today, I think they took a lot of players from the Munster Senior League to make their squad. But yeah, there's no third tier really in the League of Ireland. It's more just regional kind of leagues for amateur players. It's like an amateur level. A lot of good players in there. A lot of really good players in there that are capable of playing League of Ireland. Probably certain players in the Senior League that are better than players in the second tier of Irish football. But it's just in terms of if they have full-time jobs and stuff and they just want to game of ball on the Friday evening and not want to kind of dedicate their life to it, but they're still top players. I don't know. I agree. We're so bad. It's actually funny to say just about Cork. It's good for another champion. Surely we beat Wexford on Friday. I mean, if we don't, you'd like to think you'd beat the side that hasn't picked up a single point yet this season, but you just never know. Why did Waterford only have 3 substitutes today? It's because their manager is protesting against the level of officiating in the league. Yeah, don't ask. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what his buzz is, to be honest. It's really, really strange. His way of protesting against the level of officiating in the league is by naming 3 or 4 substitutes. It doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest with you, and I don't know what he's trying to achieve. And it's a really bad situation there, to be honest. Really bad. Which country has the most tiers? I mean, it's just a case of I don't know. I think England's probably the example of a football pyramid, where you can take your team from probably is it. Sorry about that. I think I just disconnected there for a sec. My internet dropped for a split second there. Don't know what happened to my back. Can you just let me know in the chat if I'm back there? I don't know what happened there. I think I'm back. I think it's all good. But that's strange. But yeah, I think England would be the club, would be the country with the most tiers in terms of you can be. I think it's 10th tier down, and you can still play in the FA Cup and all that kind of stuff. Like the FA Cup starts down in like the 10th tier, and you can logistically get to the final. Obviously, you won't, but like it's what makes the football pyramid so good over there, and why you're so opposed to the Super League is that like you look at teams that are in 9th and 10th tier, and they can actually make the Premier League someday. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of financial backing and stuff like that, but like you can work your way up the pyramid realistically. So do you think Crumlin United can win the Champions League in 5 years? You just never know. Should they play Jews in the FAI? They might win the FAI Cup, get to Europe that way. You never know. I don't even know if that's Europe to do that, but they have 2 suspended keepers, another one injured. It's got 1-0 Wexford written all over it. Yeah, I heard the Wexford goalkeeper situations in bits. And I thought, like, was it the first sent off where your man came out, Jimmy Corcoran came out and caught it? I don't know. Yeah, it's shocking. Like, it's shocking. I know. And it was to do with tape or something, wasn't it? Like, what did you do? It was like, I think when Saka was at the Pats Waterford game, and he was saying that the Waterford assistant manager got sent off for giving out about the colour of tape that was allowed or something. Strange. Really strange. Lovely stuff. I'm back. Happy days. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Sure. Can't Munster Senior League. Yeah, they can't. Crumlin got to the quarterfinals 2 years ago. They got to the quarterfinals. They lost to Bows 2-0. But yeah, like they can do it. Maybe you can't get promoted though. That's the one thing you can't. It's not like a pyramid. You can't get promoted. You have to apply for a League of Ireland license for your club. Is the only thing. But you can still. I think you can. Each club can take part in the FAI Cup though. Yeah. Free kick for St. Pat's, 72 minutes played here. Free kick. Good bit out. It's on the right-hand side, but good bit out, and they have an opportunity to deliver from deep. Still to 2-1 to Longford at Bishopsgate. Mad. Ball in, falls to Coughlin on the edge of the box. Works its way out to Ian Birmingham on the left. Coughlin. Chance for Pats, possibly. They're kind of growing into it a little bit last couple of minutes. Worked its way to Forrester. It's a bit scrappy, and it's cleared into the arms of Ed McGinty. Pats have brought Alfie Lewis on. He's came on for Jamie Lennon. Got taken off as well. Jamie Lennon on the yellow card as well. Probably just playing it safe in that regard. But yeah, still 1-0. Just over 15 minutes left in this one. Vamos Patrick. Let's get a Vamos Patrick change going in the chat. Everyone start typing in Vamos Patrick. Let's go. Where can you watch the matches for free? You can't. You have to pay either a €5 fee for each game or 30. I think it's an offer at the moment, €30 to take you up to the mid-season break. So it's €30, which is a good value in fairness, if you want to do that. But yeah, if you're kind of going to tune in for the odd one, it's probably better off just going to watch LOI and paying the €5 per game. Vamos Patrick, let's go. Vamos Patrick, let's go. We're currently on 33 likes, guys. If you can, drop a like on the stream. It does genuinely mean a lot if we want to try and hit 50 likes. be fantastic if we can do that. So if you haven't liked the stream already, it's greatly appreciated if you can do it. Does mean a lot to us now. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're currently on 2,591 subscribers. We want to try and get that to 2,600 as soon as possible. So please do subscribe. And the ultimate goal is to get to 5K by the end of the year. So yeah, all your support is truly appreciated in that regard. And also there is an option if you want, it's completely up to you. If you want to drop a super chat, it's just a small donation to the channel to help us with the running of it. We try to get into games, do vlogs and stuff, and get talking to fans, and when fans are allowed back in. So yeah, anything like that, it's greatly appreciated. Any small donation you can give, but the main thing is if you can subscribe and drop a like as well. To try and hit 50 likes before the stream's out, that would be unreal. Corner for Pats. In swinger. Oh, just wide. Big chance. I think it's Desmond. Got his head to it. Would have been a great time to score as well. And you feel Pats will just throw the kitchen sink at it now. Try and nick something. I don't like St. Pat's, says Connor. Bad out. It's not even Untitled Sport Tech. Oh, that's a streaming site, something like that. Didn't Wexford win the first division a few years ago? What's happened to them? Did they? I'm trying to recall that. It doesn't ring. I think they were in the top flight, weren't they? Yeah, they were in the top flight a couple of years ago, I think. Their team is made up of kids. Like, their team is all teenagers, really. Like, you have to feel sorry for them because they're getting a lot of bad beatings, to be honest. 6-0 there on Friday night. Like, it's tough to tell. They have a couple of good players, like, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them are kids, like 18, 19, and a lot of loanees and stuff as well. Like, it's tough. It's a tough gig. It's a chance for Pats. Good save from McGinty. Ronan Coughlin headed towards goal. It was a great delivery from wide from the left, and it was headed towards goal by Ronan Coughlin, and it was a good save from Ed McGinty to push it wide for a Pat's corner. Pat's starting to up the ante a bit. Been a much better the last 5 minutes. They've been poor the second half, to be honest with you. Last 5 minutes they have been good. Corner comes to nothing really, and it's a battle. Greg Balger is really well, strong, experienced player, able to win the ball back, and he'll be crucial for them this season. If they can keep Greg Balger fit, Sligo, they'll go a long way. Just keeping him fit. He's a top LOI player. We've done an interview with him before, and he's a lovely fella as well. So if they can keep Greg Balger fit, such an experienced class player. I mean, it has to be Wexford. I mean, the 5 Wexford fans are probably saying Wexford fan base might be growing with the new YouTube channel out. The traveling pundits might be growing the fan base. You never know. Big up the lads. Substitution for Sligo Rovers about to happen. I believe, looks like to me that's Johnny Kenny coming on. Don't quote me on that now, but it does look like that to me, to my eyes. Johnny Kenny, a player, absolutely smashing footballer, lovely young player. It is Johnny Kenny, and it's Lewis Banks coming on to replace Romeo Parks and Mark Byrne for the last 10 minutes or so. And Lewis Banks coming on just to try and shore things up a little bit. I know he's usually a fullback, isn't he? So he's coming on just to shore things up a little bit. Chris Forrester from deep looking for the ball over the top. Took him down really well from Coughlin. It's an unbelievable first touch. He finds, I think it's Matty Smith. It's a chance for Matty Smith. Doesn't get his shot off. Might have been Billy King, actually. Yeah, it was Billy King. Change for St. Pat's now as well. On comes. Look at right. It's no wonder they don't have it on the screen. They could put that. They could definitely should add that in. See the change on the screen. Looking at Twitter though. St. Pat's have brought on Ben McCormack for Paddy Barrett. Yeah, and the tweet says attacking intent. Attacking intent indeed. Ben McCormack, midfielder, coming on to replace centre half Paddy Barrett. But yeah, the pressure is certainly starting to come from St. Pat's. They're going to look to find an equaliser here. It looks like the chat's been bombarded by I'm not quite sure what's going on, but listen, we'll see what happens. 1-0 to Sligo Rovers with 10 minutes to play. Well, 9 minutes to play plus added time, so roughly 10-11 minutes. Johnny Kenny takes him to his feet really well. Chance to get it back to him. Johnny Kenny with a huge opportunity to make it 2-0. Johnny Kenny puts it wide. It's a huge chance for Sligo Rovers. For young Johnny Kenny, he did so well to play it to Figueroa, and Figueroa got a really lovely ball back to him. Perfectly weighted pass. I'm just at the scene on my screen that Dundalk have equalised in Bishopsgate. Longford Town 2, Dundalk 2, so it seems. Free kick for St. Pat's here, I believe, but I'm just trying to see. Make sure Chris Shields with the goal. 82 minutes, and there's 10 minutes left in that game. Dundalk will be looking for that winner. Longford really good in period after half time, but Dundalk on top now, which is what you would expect given resources and strength of their subs, which is according to Dan McDonald on Twitter. And yeah, Dundalk obviously going to be looking to get a winner there. Huge chance for Johnny Kenny. A lot of people asking, how did he miss? And it was a sitter. Chris Farris with a free kick. He tries some distance and it hits the wall, and it's going to be a corner for St. Pat's. Make sure as well, 17 people watching, really appreciate it, guys. If you're still tuned in, do subscribe if you haven't done so already, and do drop a like on the video. We're trying to hit 50 likes before the stream ends, so if you can just drop it a like, be fantastic. We are currently on 35, so if you can get that even above the 40 mark, but ideally be 50, would be amazing. In swinger from Pats towards the back post. Billy King, big chance here, you feel. Cleared. Vamos Patrick. Don't ask me what's going on because I haven't a clue. Johnny Kenny on the left hand side. It's a good ball. No, it's not a good ball actually. It's a throw in. Oh, to take the no, throw in for Pats. Pats need to get this ball forward. Six minutes to play here at the showgrounds of normal time. Sligo, of course, lead St. Pat's by a goal 2-0, and Dundalk have found an equaliser at Bishopsgate. They'll be looking to pile the pressure on. 6 minutes left there as well. And if you are, if you're a betting man, you'd be looking at Dundalk to claim the victory there. Looks like a substitution maybe here. For St. Pat's, the referee is he's gone to book Stephen O'Donnell. Yellow card for the Pats head coach. That's to get in the book in there. Obviously not a happy man with the officiating in the second half. I wonder if he'll go on strike next week and play 3 subs. Remains to be seen. It's a 3-2 to Dundalk. It's them gamblers. We get them all the time on watch alongs. Really, yeah. That must means we go on or something to that effect. Yeah, I believe it does, yeah. 3-2 to Dundalk. I haven't seen that notification pop through yet, but I'm not going to call you a liar, but I haven't seen it myself. According to Twitter, it's still 2-2, Daniel. And the live score has it as 2-2 as well. So you ever say go? If another goal goes in, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll hold it as long as I can. Vegas' finest, Kedson Gamiris. Big shout out to Kedson Gamiris. Kedson and the boys, if you don't mind dropping a like on the stream. Top man, top fellas, all is forgiven. St. Pat's here. It's Matty's. I keep getting Matty Smith there. Matty Smith's been quiet enough, to be honest with you. It's ball into the box. And Pat's a great ball towards Coughlin, and it's out for a corner to St. Pat's, and the pressure is starting to build. Sligo dealing with it well enough, but there is a corner here for St. Pat's who look to deliver well. Poor ball in from the corner and doesn't beat the first man. Google updated 3-2 for me by accident. Oh, that must have had your heart going. Heart must have been pounding. Kedson, you're fooling nobody. Thames Crown 1A1. Presume he means. Does that mean is it going to end 1-1? Who knows? Who knows? I don't. That's for sure. Do make sure to tune in to Cautiously Optimistic tonight. It's actually starting in half an hour. Jeez. Cautiously Optimistic is starting in half an hour. Quick turnaround for myself, but the other lads will be joining me as well for our live show. That's 8:00 every Monday. So make sure to join us for that. Walter Figueroa trying to work a chance here. Big chance for Sligo in around the box. Pats have been able to clear it. I have to try and throw up an Instagram for this. But yeah, make sure to join us at 8:00. Cautiously Optimistic will be live. We'll be reviewing all of Friday night's games, all the games that have happened so far today. Premier Division, First Division, the works, chatting about all other stuff, fan protests, all that good stuff. Will be live at 8. So quick turnaround for myself. Didn't realise it would be quite that fast. There's 2 minutes left in this one. Pat's trying to work the ball forward here. It's a free kick to St. Pat's. Walter Figueroa gives it away. Any chance of review on the Harry Potter books and J.K. Rowling as an author on Cautious Optimistic? Listen, won't be against it. Hopefully we'll see he's all there. And if he's wanted, we can do a nice review of the Harry Potter books, maybe one at a time, one per week. Who knows? We'll see. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in so far. There's 1 minute left in this game before we see how long has been added on. I believe Longford and Dundalk are still drawing 2-2. Johnny Kenny here on the counter-attack for Sligo, though. Looks, that's a poor ball from the young man. 17 years of age, a really, really hot prospect. Sligo on the break here. Not too many men back for St. Pat's. Jordan, they're kind of slowing it down. There was a man at the option at the back post there. I think it was Horgan running through, but Sligo don't want to get too overexcited here. They need to make sure that they don't give up any opportunities of their own. And it's a goal kick for St. Pat's. Need to get this ball forward quickly. Corner for St. Pat's, is it? No. Ed McGinty jumps on top of it. Does very well to do so. It's only a moment magic in this game that separates the sides. Jordan Gibson obviously skipping through a couple of challenges and winning the penalty. Did really, really well to do it. And this will be Pat's, of course, their first defeat of the season if they do go on to lose it. Let's see if there's anywhere has said how long it's been added on here. 4 minutes at a time, and we're at the 91-minute 30-second mark. So, yeah. Sligo with some beautiful football. It's such a bad ball back to Johnny Kenny. It was really well worked there as well. It's a huge chance to get him clean through. And it's such a bad ball back into him. And the opportunity is gone, but it was a chance to kill the game completely there for Sligo Rovers. Substitution for Sligo Rovers as they look to kill the time. My sources say Ariana Grande will be in goal for Wexford on Friday. That would be not a big surprise, would it? Apparently, she's a keeper. Anyway, that's for sure. She's a keeper. Billy King here for Pats. Loses it, man. Pats have never really looked like they're going to threaten here. Johnny Kenny has been played in behind. He's just going to take the ball to the corner as we look. It looks like it's only me. I think he's done really well to win a free kick off. I think it's Desmond. He's done real well to do that. And looks like that might just do it for Sligo Rovers. Impressive Sligo. Like first half they weren't the best, but second half they've kind of turned up a bit, and they've been a much better side in the second half. In fairness, and I think they're definitely full value for the 3 points. In fairness, a moment of magic from Jordan Gibson to skip through a few challenges and to win the penalty. Oh, John, can't be showing that on the screen now. Can't be reading that out, Johnny. I'll put it on screen again, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Can't be saying that. I can't be saying that. Looks like a tight turnaround for us by 20 minutes. Yeah, quick enough. Hope you do join us there, Dan. Appreciate it if you can. And everyone else who is tuned in, appreciate it if you can join us at 8 o'clock for Cautiously Optimistic. Chance here. Jamie Lennon out to King Birmingham. Forrester. Pat's not really kind of dilly around, and we're past the 4 minutes of added time, so maybe one last chance, but they're not even doesn't look like they're in too much of a rush to get forward. And Sligo's shape has been superb. Ball in behind. It's a corner for St. Pat's. Last chance saloon for St. Patrick's Athletic. We're 25 seconds over the mark here. Longford Town, Dundalk 2-2 full time there. Big surprise, to be fair. But Yaros is up. Yaros is up for the corner. Could you imagine the scenes if the keeper nods this in? Gas. It's an in-swinger, a left peg to cross it in for St. Pat's. It's not a bad ball at all. It's in. St. Pat's have equalised. Ian Birmingham with the header in 94 we're a minute over at a time here, and he's equalised in the last second of the game. St. Patrick's Athletic have equalised. I don't believe it. Sligo's shape has been so good in the second half. They've defended superbly, but it's a point of like that. Those type of goals is what champions are made of, nearly. Oh my God, that is huge. St. Pat's have equalised in the last second of the game. I don't think they barely get a kick left. Don't be a kick left. Sligo have brought the ball to the halfway line to take the kick off, but they won't even get a chance to. I think there's kickoffs at the sideline. The referee's gone over to the sideline, but what a... Oh, it could be a red card here. It could be a red card for somebody on the sideline here. A yellow card for Liam Buckley. Yellow card for Buckley, who isn't happy. I'd say it's the time. We're 2 minutes over the 4. We're at 96 now, so I'd say he's gutted with that. Is huge 3 points gone for Sligo. It's a massive, massive point gained, point earned for St. Pat's, and it is full time here at the showgrounds. A lot of late drama there that we will be dissecting live on Cautiously Optimistic at 8 o'clock in 20 minutes time, so make sure to come join us, guys. It kicked into gear in second half. Second half was very good. Sligo probably deserved to win, to be honest. I need to change this, actually. Sligo probably deserved to just edge it, I found, in the second half anyway. But St. Pat's, that's the result of champions, nicking points like that. And people are absolutely delighted. Burmo, Paddy Griffin's chuffed. The 4 minutes was up, in fairness. Yeah, it was. But you have to stay switched on. There's no excuses for that. 1-1 at the showgrounds. If you did enjoy the stream, guys, make sure to drop a like on it. And do subscribe if you haven't done so. We're trying to hit 50 likes on it. I don't know how far we are away just yet. I think we're at 38. If you can drop a like on the stream, get us up over that 40 mark. Be fantastic. But yeah, late drama at the death. Ian Birmingham, St. Patrick's Athletic captain, earns his side a point. Massive, massive point. And I predicted 1-1 before the game, and it has ended 1-1. I love a late goal, in fairness. Had it been Jaros scoring, it would have been something else. But Ian Birmingham salvages a point for the Dublin side and keeps their unbeaten start to the season intact. Sligo, on the other hand, will be disappointed to lose it in that fashion, in particular, especially with the time up as well. But listen, hope you did enjoy the stream, guys. We'll be back in, as I said, 20 minutes. Oh, Paddy. What a man. Paddy Griffin loves it. He's delighted with that. So generous, Paddy. Really, really appreciate that. Burmo GOAT. Absolute legend. What a legend of yellow, white, Burmo, fairness. But Paddy Griffin, very, very generous, very kind. Thank you so much. Ben is delighted as well. Absolute legend. Couldn't be happier for him. That's a huge point as well for St. Pat's, and it keeps them intact with Shamrock Rovers, who they do actually play next. They play Shamrock Rovers next. So looking forward to that. It's going to be a cracking game. There's only 2 points between the sides now, so all to play for there in the title race. And you feel like Pats are the only side that can really keep the pace with Shamrock Rovers this season. Huge, huge result. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in. Thank you to everyone who dropped the super chat. So appreciated. You're all far too kind, far too generous. If you can, drop a like on the stream before I head off, and we'll be back in 20 minutes, as I said, for Cautiously Optimistic, so make sure to tune in for that as well. Drop a like on the stream. Please do subscribe as well. Full time here at the showgrounds. Sligo Rovers 1, St. Patrick's Athletic 1. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in 20 minutes.